Well, I mean, I think that for me, the critical issue about the topic that we are discussing here, mitigating the risks of collision and electrocution to biodiversity, bird biodiversity in particular, for me the critical issue is the issue of legislation. So far we've been working with the industry with more or less effectiveness in a more comprehensive or less comprehensive way, depending on the country, on the context, on a voluntary basis. And this is also because they also feel the need to engage with this, because they've got operational losses. The electrocution in particular, but also collision, causes them some losses, some problems, and therefore they engage somehow in this process. But it is a voluntary act engagement. It has been win-win, and we are interested that this issue is solved. They are also interested. The problem is that the work that we are doing is at a very small scale, and in order for it to increase in scale and impact and cover the whole network, which is an enormously ambitious target, we need to have some sort of legal framework, context, regulating the liability of the companies. Otherwise, this will continue. It's positive, it's good work, we're producing some results, but these results will always be relatively limited in mitigating the overall impact of collision and electrocution. And if we want to be serious about it, they will have to be obliged to do it as part of their normal operating procedures. And this is already the case in a couple of countries which adopted legislation in this direction, and what we need is to reinforce this approach and then expand it into the other countries which has not yet taken that step. For me, that is absolutely critical. One interesting thing that I noticed and that I learned in the debate yesterday and today is actually the difficulty with standards and materials. So I mean, I knew there was, of course, some issue with some discussion about what type of material, type of bird diverters is more effective, and so on. I didn't realize, what I hadn't realized is that this is actually quite an important limitation and an issue that is impacting on the work. Testing the different types of materials, both for insulation and for bird markers or against collision, testing them, having validated effectiveness figures, and also having information about prices, operating conditions, logistics, and so on, is extremely important. And therefore I welcome very much this project, the LIFE project that we are here with, which will have as one of its main objectives, will have tried to compile all this information and make it available and accessible to stakeholders for them to be able to choose and compare and validate the materials that they will use in the future in their mitigation efforts. I know that this workshop here was directed and is directed at NGOs for us to discuss among us what are the challenges and the opportunities, and to learn and to cross information. But at some point, what we are discussing here needs to be discussed with the industry. This is already happening, of course, in many countries, and this is really important. One milestone in this process is actually the establishment of these national working groups where industry, NGOs, and the government get together and discuss the issue of electrocution and collision. And what we've seen in some countries is that the effectiveness and the comprehensiveness of the national program went a few steps up after that commission or working group or committee was established and meeting on a regular basis. So, in which data was shared, the issues were discussed, technical issues were discussed, standards were agreed, which materials to use, and so on. And therefore, discussing these issues that we are talking and analyzing here with the industry is of paramount importance. There's been one or two people representing the industry present here, but I think that is quite an important stakeholder that we always have to engage with. That, and then, of course, the governments, the competent authorities, the ministries, Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Energy, sometimes the Ministry of Finance, because as I mentioned, the regulatory approach, the legislation is an extremely important step and solution for this, and they, of course, are the competent authority to enact new legislation, to adapt existing legislation, and they need to be part of this debate.